welcome to Otto's Garage. Okay, so we've had a delivery of some bits and bobs. We'll just have a quick look and see what we've got here. This one is a regulator for the MIG welder that I need, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to get back on with doing some welding up hopefully today. And then I think these ones are a few bits and bobs from the paint supplier. So yeah, it's a bit of thinners and some surface preparation on that one. And then we've got a bit of epoxy grade primer on that, so that's cool. So those bits that we'll be needing before too long. And then over here we've got lots of, these are just tack cloths, so just before we're going to do the final paint, that's just for cleaning the surface off, make sure there's no bits of dust and stuff flying around before we actually spray. And then in this box here, which is again quite a heavy one, I'm guessing that's also got paint in it. Again, no packs. Delivery note on that one. So yeah, so this is the panel wipe and the degreaser, and there's some high build primer in there as well. So again, lots of goodies for us to do the job in hand. So that's pretty cool. So we'll need all that for, that's all painting supplies basically. And then the other one that we've got over here, which I did open earlier, and these are really cool. So these are the sill stands. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to weld a tube on the underside of the sill, and then when the car's on its wheels you can jack it up and you can pop one of these in. There's 4 of these, and that will basically enable us to work on the car at a decent height. So like axle stands, but in a much better way really, and quite safe because they're built to form a tripod angle, so you're not going to get any rocking about while you're working on the car. But a lot of the race teams and the rally boys use these, so they're going to be pretty cool. They're all powder coated and ready to go really. So I've just got to weld the tubes in and we'll see how we get on with it. Okay. So this is the sill stand. Obviously the car's upside down at the moment. What we've got to do is weld this tube into the sill, and then basically what happens is that when you're wanting to jack the car up, that just slides into that position, and then you get one of these in the 4 corners basically. So what we're going to do is, we've got a reinforcing plate in there already. I'm going to just chop some of this out here so we can get this sat down onto the plate, and we'll weld that round, and then we'll put a reinforcing plate on it as well. And then basically we'll do the same on all 4 corners of the sills, and then we've got ourselves a jacking point. So that's going to make a big difference as well when we come to put the car back together, and we've got it off the spit, but it's still going to be high enough off the ground as well to work on and get underneath and assemble bits and bobs there. So we've cut the sill out a little bit, just as a plate in the back there, just to make everything flat. And I've just beveled off the end of the tube as well. So that's basically going to sit quite nicely in there, and then it'll protrude out about 100mm. We've got to basically take into account that we've got a fiberglass sill going on the top of this afterwards, so we don't want to bury that right the way back in underneath the car. We still want to be able to get good access to it. But then this will just need a little bit of welding all around it, and that should put the strength back into there and beef it back up again. Great. So that's it, we've welded that in there, and now I'm just going to clean her off with the wire wheel in the grinder, and then we're ready, we can move on to the next one. At the back, what I've found is when I've taken away the old damaged jacking point, we've had a bit of rust in there underneath it, which is, you know, to be expected, I think, anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little reinforcing plate over here first, and then the tube will come out and stick out through the sill, much like we've got at the front. So we're going to put a reinforcing plate on the outside of the sill. What I'll do is I'll tack that in, and as it's welded and heated, and I can just form it round, and that'll form a spreader plate basically for a tube. And then the same on the inside, that's going to have to be patched over, and again I'll form that as she's heated by the welder. So hopefully that should give us a nice edge to work on both sides when those two are in place. So we've welded the reinforcing plates on. There's one on the outer sill there, and then one covering up that nasty hole that I found, which is just putting a good bit of strength in. So what we'll do next is that we'll set the tube, and that will basically be extending out the same as the rear tube, and then it's got something decent to weld to pretty much all the way around it, and that will give us our second tube in place. So here it is. That's the rear one welded in place, and that is still very hot, but we're going to leave that to cool down now, and then we'll be back a bit later. Okay, so we've managed to weld on the tubes onto the chassis, put all the reinforcing pieces around them, and now the A-frames basically will just slot straight into there. And then one in here as well. And then we got the same on the other side as well. And then once the cars drop down onto those, you can work on it at a decent height. So. Okay, thanks for watching today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon at Otto's Garage. Bye bye.